read a book that I mentioned. It's just an interesting idea. I don't know really what to talk about within it, called Silently Seduced: When Parents Make Their Children Their Partners. And it was about it's about what the title says, essentially, but it's not. It's about what they call covert incest. And I think it has the name freaks a lot of people out, and I think should probably be changed because it immediately creates reactions of, oh, definitely not, because incest is such a strong word. But the idea that there's sexual, physical incest, and then there is also emotional incest, which is where needs that in a family would be properly met by the wife to the husband or the husband to the wife, when they are not met, they can go to the kid to get that. So, and just to give an example that is kind of stereotypical, it's the mother that calls the son and tells him, your father doesn't listen, your father doesn't do this, and you were always such a good boy, and you listen to me so much, and this can get pushed.
Does that happen?
Yeah. And it can get pushed to where...
Sorry, this is moms calling their 19-year-old sons to complain about their husbands?
And it happens probably throughout a lot of childhood. So it's very common in divorced families where you're such a good boy, he's such a cad type stuff is brought in. And what often happens is that it moves in typically and this is the typical case, though it's different if it's a gay family, and it can of course break differently with
it tends to go mothers to sons and fathers to daughters.
Tends to go mothers, sons, fathers, daughters.
Interesting.
And it tends to go idealization of so what happens is the one parent makes you feel very special and you are this, and that can include, and this is where it gets even, where it's borderline physical. It's like, the rubbing of the back can happen, and like changing up to a certain degree in front of, or taking baths longer when the kid is capable of taking a bath.
I feel like you just jumped. I feel like you just jumped aggressively from like a mom rubbing her son's back to a mom changing purposely in front of her son and taking baths with her son.
Or
like that's like a big you're 19 years old and your mom rubs your back. Watch out. Versus you're 19 years old and your mom skinny dips in the jacuzzi with you.
The book, no, that's not that. The book does kind of do this, and I think it's like there a lot more attention should be paid to. Because I was reading some things and I'm going, come on, you got it. Now, maybe I'm a total victim of this and I'm completely blind to it, but it's like...
Your mom does some things, like she'll hug you or she'll grab your penis. Yeah, just lump them all together.
Butt grabs or something. And then there are some parts, and I don't know if it's my mom, but like kisses on the lips, we go like that. Like, is that horrible in a family?
Oh, we never rolled that way.
I don't know that. I don't actually recall if we do, honestly, but I remember when Will Smith did it, he caught a lot of heat.
It's also cultural is the thing.
I mean, I was this is
a bit of a
cultural.
jump, but in the Middle East, it's not, I think, well, this was true back in the day when I learned it, who knows, but I don't think it's uncommon for heterosexual men to hold hands while they take walks. Mm-hmm. They just hang out, and as friends, they'll hold hands. It just doesn't mean the same thing to them that it would here. So yeah, I feel like a lot of I don't know. We didn't do the lip kiss, but if you grew up in a town where everybody did it, you wouldn't think it was sexual to do it, Sure.
Oh, and it's 2 kisses on the cheek in many countries, and some it's 3. Is that it's 50% more? What does that mean? And this is so different than this. Now, and of course, though, I think what they sort of point to is that there's the physical act, but there is also the emotional experience of it. Mm-hmm. And if what is happening is the mother or the father is not getting their physical need for affection met by their partner, and they are therefore sourcing it from their child, that is felt. And the child then feels more like a partner in those instances than like a child who is being taken care of. And that is felt, and it's dangerous because it feels really special. And like, you want to be the special one. You want to make mom happy. You like to be chosen and all those sorts of things. You want to make dad happy. And what is repressed in those situations is the frustration and the anger at being given such a burden. Like, you're happy for your burden of being mom's little man who makes mom happy. Or you're happy to be daddy's princess who is the light of his life. And that feels so good. What the process of therapy often is required to do is like, the easy part for a lot of people, or actually they're both hard. It's to see the flaws in your opposite sex parents and see how they let you down in the raising of you. And it's to see the similarities and compassion for the same-sex parent who you probably moved against in an attempt to align with the parent that was making you feel really special. But it was interesting. It's an interesting book. If any of that, it's short. If any of that rings true or curious to any of the listeners, they can check it out. But yeah, that was what I did this week.
Nice.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.